So you've made it through your first steps in Palia. Now you've got your plot. And now you're probably looking around thinking, what do I do? I've got this, but what do I do? Well, don't worry. I'm going to help you in this video and learn exactly what to do and then what steps to do it in to make sure that, one, you don't get overwhelmed and you get to keep your game efficient and cozy without all the stress that can come with other resource building games. Anyway, let's get to it. So starting off, what is your plot? Well, your plot is your home base. This is where you're going to do all your crafting, all your cooking, and all your farming. And most importantly, this is where you're going to build 2 skills that we'll talk about in another video: gardening and cooking, as well as furniture building. But for right now, think of this as less of a house and more as a workspace. We'll get to the house building in a little bit in this video, but right now we're going to focus on making a workspace for you to help you maximize the efficiency in the game. When you first unlock your plot, it's super tempting to just start throwing furniture down, throwing stuff down, going balls to the wall crazy with decorations. But I'm going to ask you for right now, please hold on. Just hold on. Tap the brakes just a little. Just a little. When first decorating your plot and putting items on your plot, here is a list of items that I would recommend you make sure you always have. These are the key plot crafting items that I recommend you make sure you have on your plot at all times early on in the game. Your workbench, your sawmill, your furnace, your fabric loom, and the seed gatherer. Now, there's a lot more tools that you're going to be able to put on your plot as you play the game, but for right now, in my opinion, those are the 5 most important ones for beginner players. Some quick notes to add. There is a capacity for decoration and crafting items on your plot. The capacity for crafting items is 30, so keep that in mind as you progress and build up your plots in the future. Since we're talking about crafting and placing crafting items on your plot, let's discuss the best way to organize that. In my opinion, the best way to organize that is literally keep them all together. It's not uncommon for a lot of Palia players to create a pavilion area in which they place all of their crafting items, such as those seed collectors, the preserves jar, the fabric looms, etc. Definitely keep that as a possibility. The pavilion is actually an item that you can craft and build, but that's not unlockable until later on in the game. But you can still create an area for crafting exclusively. While I personally have those separate on my plots, I recommend for beginners, keep all that close together because it'll help you find your rhythm and find your play style in Palia. We're going to talk about storage next. Storage is important, and I'm going to let you in on a little secret. You're going to run out of storage rather quickly, and that's okay. Once you run out of storage, I highly recommend you run over to that workbench and see what you can build. That can be either more crafting tools or even items for your plot, like decorations, furniture, houses, things like that. Definitely keep that in mind because once your storage runs out, you can't put anything in your personal storage that you're carrying or your storage on your plot. You can also look through and see if you have anything that you are okay with selling, any star quality fruits, any star quality materials that you no longer need or aren't expecting to use, you can sell those as well. Though one of the important things, since we're talking about storage, is upgrading your storage. You do have the ability to upgrade, and as soon as you can, I recommend you use your materials to do that, because more storage means more materials. More materials means that you can create more items for your plot or even incorporate it into gifts for your NPCs. Next, we're going to talk about expanding your house. As you progress, you'll unlock the ability to expand your house and your plot. Definitely do it. It's fun. It's part of the game. But early on in the game, enjoy your little plot. Enjoy your little cottage that you're creating. Instead, focus on building up your skills, gathering resources, because I'm going to tell you, once you have a surplus of resources, you're going to be able to create a lot of stuff. I mentioned that in the last segment. I'm bringing it back into this one. Everything is connected here, guys. Next, we're going to move on to decorating. Okay, now on to the fun part. You can start decorating early. I'm not saying you absolutely shouldn't, but you can. And I'm going to share with you guys a couple of furniture sets that you can have access to early on in the game that will help you decorate and will help you scratch that creative itch you might have. Some of the sets that are really good for players early on are going to be the sets that you already have access to, such as the Kilima set. That set primarily uses sapwood, which is a resource that is an abundance early on in the game. You can still get it later on in the game too, but this is going to be the wood that you are going to run out into the village, come back with easily over 100 logs that you can put into your sawmill and turn into planks. And those planks can be used to make the Kilima set. That is personally one of my favorite sets. If you want to see what it looks like before you build it, head on over to the tavern and inn where Wreath works, and that's the furniture that's in there. The next would be the ranch house set. That one also mainly uses sapwood and plant fibers to make. It looks rustic, it looks cozy, it looks homey. So if you're wanting a more cozy cottage core style house, then definitely start building that ranch house set. And later on, these items can also be dyed, and the color schemes can be changed to fit even more so into your aesthetic and into your creative design. But the last one I would recommend, and I recommend this one because you technically can't make it. It's more of an honorable mention, really. But the makeshift set. The makeshift set has a story of its own that you have to hear from Wreath. He's the one who will tell you about it. But you'll find these furniture pieces throughout Palia, mainly from fishing, I have found. It's a super cute makeshift hodgepodge furniture set that looks really good in the tent that you first get, or even just around your home that you're building if you wanted it to look a little more worn and well loved. Before you go, here are some Palia designing quick tips. Always leave space for another building. Keep your layout flexible. Don't be afraid to change things around, to move things around. It's part of the game. And last but not least, don't measure your plots against other players' plots. Your plot is going to be just as beautiful and magical and perfect as that other person's plot seems to you. It just takes time. Your plot is going to grow with you. And honestly, that's one of the best parts of Palia. In the next episode, I'll be breaking down the skills in the Palia game so you can learn what to focus on and what fits your play style more. Now, with that in mind, we do have a new expansion coming out next month. So when that happens, I will make an update to this video with tips and tricks on that skill set coming with that expansion as well. Until then, keep it cozy, keep it fun, and most importantly, keep being you. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you in the next video, guys. Bye.